Piotr Gawliczek now presents in English. And on this first afternoon of the ELIAS conference, we start here with the first topic slot with empowerment in e-learning. And this slot lasts 90 minutes and it's divided in 3 parts of 30 minutes each. We start with Piotr in English and then we go into German. Yes, Piotr Gawliczek, I hope I pronounced it good. I'm now pleased to introduce you, and you're the NATO DEEP E-Academy Director from 2020. Your research and educational activities are focused on information and communication technologies, advanced distributed e-learning, mobile learning within education and training. You support the effort of the partner countries within the Defense Enhancement Education Programs, short DEEP. You've written numerous of publications on questions of the ICT, e-learning, Bologna process, asymmetric threats, and leadership. You have implemented e-learning system solutions based on the LMS ILIAS and the BigBlueButton platform in many military and civilian educational entities. Piotr is a doctor of honoris causa of the National Defense University of Ukraine in Kiev. And I also like your motto, teachers will not be and should not be replaced by e-learning platforms, but those who don't use the e-learning platforms will be driven out by those who are creatively using them. And now I listen with excitement to how the super combination of ILIAS and BigBlueButton has celebrated its resounding success at the NATO. Piotr, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Thomas, for your kind introduction, and good afternoon, everyone, from sunny Sarajevo. Because one of the principles of e-learning says that anytime, anywhere, it gives me a chance to connect with you while staying abroad and participating in one of the NATO DEEP events. Actually, there are many events taking place under the NATO DEEP aegis. I can name many, even hundreds, different undertakings, but still of utmost importance are the events under the NATO DEEP E-Academy, especially as a combination of online tools available. Actually, last year, this was Marcin Jóźwiak from my NATO DEEP E-Academy team who delivered the presentation on the utility of running effective virtual meetings e-course using BigBlueButton and ILIAS as the answer to the NATO DEEP community needs. It was last year, 1 year on, and I can say that we have chosen the right approach. And the combination, it's not a simple one, it's a synergy. Synergy, I can really announce that the combination of right tools and right brains or hands gives a really chance to promote and to offer shortcuts, what is of utmost importance within the NATO DEEP realm. This is the program encompassing currently 15 countries. So it's global wide. But considering the tools available, I am just traveling, promoting, and sharing experiences as far as LMS ILIAS is concerned. Actually, and this is not the first conference I am participating today. Before the noon, I had the pleasure to deliver the presentation for the audience within the Polish National Conference, and the title was "A University Tailored to Your Needs." And of course, I had the pleasure to speak about the platforms, as Thomas said, which are not to replace the teachers or instructors or tutors. And it was a chance for me to elaborate on the availability of the tools. of video conferencing platforms. I showed from my own perspective the amount of platforms I had to use to master 16 VTC platforms currently. But the BigBlueButton is the key solution, and I am really promoting this BigBlueButton as the best tool currently you can find on the market. And the second point was about the learning management systems. It was the opportunity for me to speak about more than 700 LMSs available worldwide. 700. It's not the mistake. And I spoke about 3 key components available within the Polish academic environment. Number 1 is Moodle. Let's keep it simple. The second one is LMS ILIAS, and the third is Blackboard. But seen from the utility point of view, I am strong supporter of LMS ILIAS due to many reasons I was able to speak about. Okay, this is the by the way of introduction. You can see the topic of my presentation on the first slide. I don't want to use the karaoke approach and to read what you can see, but to the left and to the right hand side you can see two symbols. It's a NATO DEEP program coin. And apart from being the NATO DEEP Academy director, I'm also NATO DEEP ADL Portal coordinator, and I am also the professor within University of Warmia and Mazury in Olsztyn. And it gives me a chance really to interact with my students. And now having a chance to deliver my presentation using BigBlueButton, let me ask the participants to choose the emoji. To the left-hand side, there is the option. Please have a look at my status. I'm happy. And I do hope that you are also happy after the lunch break, but this is quite challenging for me, but still, let's show your emojis, because the interaction within the e-learning environment really matters. No quizzes today, no video cast today, but please show your emojis. And thank you very much for your understanding. Slide number 2. This is the outline. It's about the size, the influence of NATO DEEP, but seen from the very important perspective about the transition to online solution. And then I will speak about the milestones, about the portal. We have just recently upgraded to ILIAS 7.2, and our, let's say, flagship postgraduate studies we were able to organize, to run, and to complete. And this is something what I can really share as one of the best examples, and the good combination of the functionalities as far as LMS ILIAS and BigBlueButton is concerned, but within the hands and minds of representatives from many institutions. And last but not least, maybe we'll be able to take the question and answer period, but still, I really don't know, because I'm flexible, and I really know that this panel is 90 minutes only, and I'm one of 3 participants. So if you have got any question, please use the chat, any way of communication available. The second, no, actually the third slide is about the DEEP and geographic risk. If you can identify the flags of the countries, it would be nice. But still, you can see that there are many countries involved. You can see, for example, Ukraine, but also the countries not English or French speaking, but also Arabic speaking. And it is a kind of the challenge, because we need to share the best examples. We need to promote certain solutions, to offer shortcuts, but not only in English or French languages, but still the Arabic is of importance. And maybe this is the moment to tell about the utility of LMS ILIAS we are just introducing. Quite recently, we were able host or to change, to switch Iraqi e-learning portal from Allied Command Transformation Server to our server, to our cloud solution. And it gives us a possibility to really to adjust a certain area of LMS ILIAS and dedicate to Iraqi educational needs. And also, we need to translate the whole interface into Arabic. And maybe this will be of importance for you. And we are not only the consumer of LMS ILIAS, we would like also to add something tangible to the basket, to the toolbox. And maybe this will be our tangible product we can offer, the full-fledged face in Arabic language. We will see it's a process, and Arabic is not so easy to introduce due to the fact that it's right to left language and many differences. But still, having strong will, it is possible to find the right way. Slide number 4. It's about the transition. We faced in May 2020 a very difficult or enormous challenge. It was the moment to make a decision what to do, because in-person meetings were stopped, and we had to choose the right tool to continue. And it was very simple. We had the LMS ILIAS, and we had to choose one of the tools available within the video conferencing system, and it was BigBlueButton. It was maybe one of the best decisions taken during the COVID period as far as the NATO community is concerned, because we were able to continue with the programs. And even the annual assessment visits, many events scheduled for 2020 were organized and without any breaks. So even from the statistics point of view, it looks very, very impressive. And it was just to say that NATO DEEP was maybe the only program which was really continued, and many events had been organized. And this was the moment to show one of the video clips, but I don't have too much time, so please consider within the joint notes there is a link to the YouTube channel of NATO DEEP, and please try to enjoy the video clips available, just focusing on different areas. So this was the paradigm change, and we succeeded. And then we had to reflect on how to approach as a comprehensive solution. And this was the start to draft the strategy document, because it's not about the products, it's about the holistic approach, and to familiarize the entities within NATO DEEP, up to 800 different institutions from 15 countries involved, how to manage, how to adjust, and how to introduce the tools available. And I think that the strategic document to support distance learning is the right direction. And we started during the clearinghouse number 9, this online event. It was BigBlueButton based. Then we organized the workshop, and quite recently there was the conference. The document will be available next month, November 21, sorry. And I think that it will be of importance because it will deal with 5 basic areas. It's about organizational and structure of the e-learning system. The second is about the faculty development. Third one is about the programs, how to formulate programs. The fourth, to me, the most important one is about ADL technology. And it is written that LMS ILIAS is the recommended solution for any military or related to the military and security environment institution. And number 5, it's about English, but this is the specificity of the NATO DEEP, that we are also trying to promote English as a tool of communication, not as a foreign language. Yes, currently we are able to launch a new internet site, and I can speak about the 3 pillars. The pillar number 1, NATO DEEP Academy, doing with all the activities we are responsible for many products. The second point is NATO DEEP ADL Portal, which is LMS ILIAS based. The third pillar is BigBlueButton installation, but I can also speak about the social media profiles as tools to involve, to engage, and to focus on certain activities. You can see certain screenshots, but still to the right-hand side, 2 heroes of our NATO DEEP, LMS ILIAS and BigBlueButton close together. Yes, as adaptation, it was not only about delivering the concrete products, but also about the training sessions. Within the BigBlueButton, we have organized more than 80 different sessions encompassing more than 240 faculty members, representatives of various institutions. And it was something of importance. It was of fundamental meaning for different institutions to develop, to create, and to introduce their own BigBlueButton solutions. The second point, it was about H5P, micro-learning, and the third one is about the multimedia, podcasts and videocasts. And also numbers are quite impressive because we are organizing sessions and within the H5P, more than 100 participants so far. In multimedia, we are also reaching the level of 100 participants, but it is especially dedicated. There are questionnaires, etc., etc. So this is something we can offer within the NATO DEEP e-Academy aegis. Yes, we are also delivering tangible products. For example, courses from Score Editor based to Articulate Runs 360. And I don't want to speak about the products because it is not about the essence of LM ILIAS, but still ILIAS is the place to host those courses and to make the courses available for any institution or any person needed. And now let me also speak about the books. Yes, this is the modernizing learning. Actually, this is the American product, but still it's about the future learning ecosystem. 2 versions are available in French and English on ADL initiative side. But the idea was to translate into Ukrainian and Polish, and we succeeded. And during the next conference, ECTS in Orlando, there will be official ceremony of launching of these books. And I don't know how about the German translation, but I think that from the utility point of view, there are many interesting points to reflect on as far as the future learning ecosystem is concerned, encompassing many tools, reaching VR, EI, and name it. Okay, now let's move to the final stage. This is the really success story. It took us more than 3 months to prepare, and then it was possible to launch this activity. And you can see the logos of the teachers, of instructors, of various institutions involved. And now we focus on the numbers. And 2 semesters, etc., etc. Please read the information on the slide, and everything was recorded. Nearly 40 hours of recording are available for future needs. And based on these postgraduate studies, we were able to adjust, to switch the format. And instead of 2 semesters, we are now running e-instructor post-instructor certification program. It's only 5 months. The number of students remains the same. It's LMS ILIAS as a key platform, also supported by BigBlueButton, and this is why we are going to offer this program to as many institutions as possible, because for 1 year, 23 persons, it's not so big numbers, not big number, but still we can have twice as much. And there are actually no slots available for edition number 2, and the feedback, which is of importance, is very, very positive, and many institutions are interested to be involved, to take part, and to add and to nominate the teachers. We will see. So there are many other activities I can name as far as the NATO DEEP ADL Portal or utility of LMS ILIAS is concerned. But let me finish in this moment. And if you have any questions related to the specificity, I would be more than happy to answer. So Thomas, back to you, and I am at your disposal. Thank you very much for your attention.
Piotr, thank you very much for this interesting impressions. I saw a few members are typing, but they're just want to thank you as well. So I was wondering if the tools you use, you provide, you say they are as an e-learning gap or an e-gap. These tools, can they resolve the gap?
Yes, thank you for this question. Actually, within the DEEP countries, there is not, let's say, equal level of let's say, e-learning awareness. On one hand, we should promote e-learning awareness from the basics, and on the other hand, there are countries really involved in the process. So the first point is to convince all the partners to introduce the system solution on legal basis, organizational basis, on technical basis, and on, let's say, skills of the faculty members to run and to introduce e-learning solutions. It is not so easy, because the old mentality and the approach that everything should be done residential or in person still exist. But this is one of the key messages within the NATO DEEP. We are going to show them utilities, and even considering the COVID period, it was very, very important to convince, because there was no other option to continue with the agenda, with the programs, than to organize the online meetings. And it was possible to introduce in many institutions LMS ILIAS based solution, and also BigBlueButton as a video conferencing tool. And our job was to train, to organize the dedicated workshops on admin, let's say, basic and more advanced utilities of LMS ILIAS, on the basic functionalities of BigBlueButton, etc., etc. But this is only seen as a tools, and it's up to the institution, up to the entity to make a decision how to make it happen, how to run this, let's say, how to introduce these tools available. But this is up to them. And the DEEP, the specificity of the DEEP is that it's based on demands. It's demand-driven activity, and we are not able to force. You must introduce LMS ILIAS. No, they should consider and ask us to help them in introducing LMS ILIAS, for example. And this is the way how it works. And now we are just promoting, even here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, promoting the utility of LMS ILIAS. And I'm happy to identify that they have introduced LMS ILIAS. And now there is a need to train the administrators and to offer the extra trainings as far as the BigBlueButton is concerned. So this is the perfect synergy from my perspective, and this is the point: how to deliver, how to convince. Thank you.
That sounds very good. We have a few other questions. Göran asks, are you using H5P as well? I think you answered it in the...
Yes. We are running H5P micro-learning training courses 4 days, Friday, Sunday, Sunday. And there are 8 participants involved. And there is a program, and the final product is to deliver the module using one of these key functionalities of H5P, and this is quite successful. And for example, multimedia and videocast and podcast creation is 5-day activity. 2 days focused on podcasts and 3 days focused on multimedia. Well, but what is of importance? Our intention is to base on open source solutions, and one of our future products we would like to offer is the open source e-teacher, something like that. And there are, of course, LMS ILIAS within the package, but apart of ILIAS, BigBlueButton, H5P, we are also going to introduce certain tools which are available and actually at no cost, if I can name it. So yes, we are running this H5P, coming back to your points, exactly our portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Marion asks if is DEEP a follow-up project on Partnership for Peace. I don't know if you...
Yes, I know. This is the different basket. You are 2 institutions, NATO DEEP. It's within the competencies of NATO HQ, and PFP Consortium is a different organization. We are cooperating, we are coordinating, and there is a ADL working group of this PFP Consortium, and there are certain activities we are running jointly, and we are supporting them, and they are supporting us. And this is also kind of the synergy as far as the ADL awareness is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Matthias asks, how about the support of Arabic in ILIAS? It is not really satisfying, isn't it? Do you see a chance to engage in improving support of right to left languages?
Perfect. Yes, thank you for this question. Actually, this is maybe the priority number 1 currently. As I told you, we were able to switch, to change, and to take the responsibility for the Iraqi e-learning portal. And now we are in the phase of preparation, of trainings, of coordination meetings with the persons involved on the Iraqi side. There is an admin workshop scheduled for 8th till 10th of November. 8 administrators from Iraqi institutions will be involved, and we will discuss the options. But apart from this, we are going to fully translate the interface in Arabic. And this is a process, and we are going to start at the beginning of November. I am staying in touch with the translators, with the persons who can help us. But still, I think that it will be possible. But because we know how to approach this, but the time is needed. But I think that we will be able to confirm that the interface in Arabic is available, and the utility of this interface in Arabic will be enormous, because we can also interact as far as other Arabic-speaking countries within NATO DEEP are concerned. There is one product currently available in Arabic. This is Introduction to NATO course. It is in English, French, Russian. It was translated into Arabic, and it was extremely painful for the experts from the NATO Defense College. But they identified the way, and they were kind to offer the shortcut. And I know how to approach this difficult task, not wasting the time, because there are no so many applications or program which allows you to change, to switch to the Arabic or other left to right language. But I think that I will be ready to share my experiences within, let's say, 2 or 3 months, and I think that having strong will, I will be able to develop this product. So let me just say this in German. Wo die Wille ist auch ein Weg. Thank you very much.
Sehr gut. Wonderful last words. I won't add anything. So thank you, Piotr, for your presentation.